Something is happening inside Windows 11 that you probably won't notice until it's too late. Microsoft has just pushed its August 2026 Patch Tuesday update to Windows 11 24H2 and 25H2, and buried inside this seemingly normal update are serious security fixes, zero-day vulnerabilities, and changes that could quietly alter the way your PC works. But there's a catch. Even after you install the update, some of the changes Microsoft announced may still be missing from your computer. So what exactly did Microsoft change? Which security issues make this update worth paying attention to? And why could two completely updated Windows 11 PCs look different? Stay with me, because we're going through everything you need to know before you hit that update button. Microsoft released KB5121003 on August 11, 2026, and the official Windows release information lists build 26,200.9168 for Windows 11 25H2 and 26,100.9168 for Windows 11 24H2. If you want straightforward Windows 11 updates without digging through Microsoft's confusing release notes, subscribe to TechGitter Official. And make sure you stay until the end, because I'll also tell you whether I recommend installing this update right now, especially if you're using your PC for work, gaming, or everyday tasks. Now let's start with the part that matters most, security. Patch Tuesday updates arrive on the second Tuesday of each month and are cumulative, meaning they include previous fixes while adding the latest security protections. And this month's update deserves attention because Microsoft has addressed a large number of vulnerabilities across its products. The important point isn't simply the number of fixes. It's the severity of some of those vulnerabilities, including critical flaws involving remote code execution and elevation of privilege, along with zero-day issues. When a vulnerability is actively being exploited, delaying the security update becomes a much bigger decision than simply waiting for a few new Windows features. That's why, before we even get into the visual changes, this update should be treated primarily as a security release. And there's another reason this update is interesting. Microsoft is carrying forward improvements from the previous optional release, KB5121003, so you're not just getting security patches. You're also getting a collection of smaller changes that can affect the way you interact with Windows every day. Some of them are obvious once they're enabled, while others are the kind of changes you might only notice after using Windows for a few days. Let's start with File Explorer. Microsoft is improving the way file sizes are displayed in the Details view. Instead of making every size appear using kilobytes, Windows can now use more appropriate units such as kilobytes, megabytes, and gigabytes. That might sound like a tiny change, and it is, but it's also the kind of small improvement that makes a busy folder easier to understand. If you're looking through hundreds of files, instantly knowing whether something is a 5 megabytes file or a 5 gigabytes file is much more useful than having to mentally convert a giant number of kilobytes. It's not a revolutionary feature, but it's a practical quality of life improvement. Windows Search is getting a more interesting upgrade. Microsoft is improving App Search so it can better understand typos and partial application names. So imagine you're trying to launch Outlook but accidentally type something like Outlook. Instead of simply failing to find the application, Windows can now do a better job understanding what you meant and surfacing Outlook. That's important because search is one of those Windows features you use constantly without thinking about it. When it works, you don't notice it. When it fails, it becomes incredibly frustrating. Microsoft is also improving the relevance of settings results, so useful settings should appear higher when you search for them. In other words, Windows Search is becoming a little more forgiving and hopefully a little less frustrating. Next up is voice access. Microsoft is adding voice isolation to help Windows recognize your voice more accurately when there are other speakers or background noise around you. Voice control depends heavily on accurate recognition, so reducing interference can make the feature more practical in real-world environments. Microsoft is also adding multiple recognition modes, giving users more control over how background noise is handled. And there's another addition here, Korean language support for voice access. For users who depend on accessibility features, these aren't just cosmetic changes. Better recognition and broader language support can make Windows significantly easier to control. Now let's move over to widgets. Microsoft is changing taskbar notification badges so they can use your Windows accent color instead of always appearing red. The idea is to make these notifications less visually aggressive and reduce unnecessary attention-grabbing elements. Microsoft is also simplifying the lock screen widget experience for new users. Weather becomes the only widget shown on the lock screen by default. And honestly, this is one of those changes that makes sense. The lock screen doesn't necessarily need to become a giant information panel. For many people, a simple view with the time, date, and weather is enough. Laptop users should also pay attention to the new precision touchpad controls. Windows is adding settings that let you adjust the baseline speed for scrolling and zoom gestures. But the more interesting option is accelerated scrolling. With this enabled, repeating a scrolling gesture can make Windows move faster through long documents and pages. So if you're working with a huge document, browsing a long web page, or moving through a large amount of content, you can get across the page much faster instead of repeatedly making slow gestures. It sounds small, but for someone who spends hours using a laptop, this could become one of the most useful changes in the update. Microsoft is also expanding Windows Hello enhanced sign-in security with support for peripheral fingerprint sensors. That gives compatible external fingerprint hardware a way to work with this enhanced security system. For users who prefer biometric authentication, that's a useful expansion because it gives them more flexibility in how they authenticate. And then we have one of the changes you may not see immediately, the Start Menu Account interface. Microsoft is refreshing the account control area and adding a badge that can show subscription status for supported Microsoft account users. But this is where Microsoft's rollout strategy becomes important. You can install the update, restart your PC, check the Start menu, and still see the old design. That doesn't necessarily mean your installation failed. Microsoft is gradually enabling some features, so the underlying Windows build and the visible features on your machine don't always change at exactly the same time. And this is actually one of the most important things to understand about modern Windows updates. Microsoft can deliver the code for a feature through the update while controlling when that feature becomes available to different groups of devices. So if your friend's PC has a new feature and yours doesn't, despite both machines running the same build, that doesn't automatically mean there's something wrong with your computer. The feature may simply not have been enabled for your device yet. Now there's another part of this update story that doesn't necessarily give you a flashy new button but is still important: secure boot certificates. Microsoft continues to roll out updated secure boot certificates to eligible Windows devices as part of its ongoing certificate transition. The company is expanding device targeting so more eligible systems can automatically receive the newer certificates through Windows Update. For most users, this isn't something you'll need to manually configure. The important part is keeping your system updated and allowing the rollout to reach your device. At this point, you might be wondering, with all these security fixes and new features, is this actually an update you should install immediately? And my answer is that for most Windows 11 24H2 and 25H2 users, the security side makes this update worth taking seriously. You're not installing it simply to get a new Start menu design or a better touchpad. You're installing it because monthly security updates are an important part of keeping Windows protected, and this release also bundles useful improvements from the previous optional update. That said, there is one distinction worth making. If this is a mission-critical work machine, a business PC, or a system where even a small compatibility problem could cause serious disruption, you may want to test the update before rolling it out across multiple machines. For a normal personal PC, however, the security benefits are the bigger story. And don't panic if you don't see every feature immediately. You might install KB5121003, restart your PC, and find that your Start menu hasn't changed. You might still see file sizes displayed the old way. Another Windows 11 machine could have those features already. That's a consequence of Microsoft's gradual rollout approach, not necessarily a failed update. So let's quickly put everything together. The August 2026 Windows 11 update brings security fixes first, followed by a collection of everyday improvements. And Microsoft continues its secure boot certificate rollout. But perhaps the most important thing isn't any individual feature. It's the fact that Windows 11 is increasingly becoming a system where the update you install and the features you immediately see aren't necessarily the same thing. Microsoft can update the operating system while gradually turning individual features on for different devices. That's why your Windows experience after this update may not look exactly like someone else's. So, should you install it? If you're running Windows 11 24H2 or 25H2 on a normal personal PC, I'd treat this as an update worth installing, particularly because of the security fixes. Just don't expect every advertised feature to appear immediately. If you're waiting for a specific feature, give Microsoft some time to complete the rollout. And now I want to know what happened on your PC. Did KB5121003 install successfully? Did you get the new search behavior, touchpad controls, file explorer changes, or the refreshed start menu? Or did Windows install the update and leave everything looking exactly the same? Let me know in the comments, because your experience could be different from someone else's even on the same Windows build. And if this video helped you understand what Microsoft actually changed instead of forcing you to read through pages of technical release notes, subscribe to TechGetter Official and turn on notifications so you never miss the upcoming Windows 11 updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.